So I'm starting off my week at this amazing pho place in my city. When I say it was so delicious, this was my first authentic pho experience in Vietnam.
This is my pho. I'm about to tear it up. People are probably gonna be staring at me, but it's okay.
After enjoying my pho, I basically went home, I took my hair down, and I started packing.
So I'm packing for a wedding in Malaysia this weekend. So I'm packing lots of long skirts. I'm packing more conservative, more modest tops, just in case I want to be walking around the street. I'm also packing 2 hijabs with me, a black one and a blue one. And I'm mostly carrying 2 pairs of sandals with me and a lot of neutral colors so I can mix and match.
I don't even think I ended up wearing half of these outfits. I definitely wore this skirt and this skirt, but it was still nice to have all those options. And also I was bringing back a lot of clothing with me from Malaysia from the wedding outfits that I had. So I'm glad I brought a rolling suitcase either way. So the following evening, we go to the airport and we get to the check-in counter and they're like, actually, your flight already took off. So we had to book another flight, and to relax, we got ourselves some Highlands coffee. It's like a chain store here, so we treated ourselves to that. We finally landed in Ho Chi Minh City, and the car that they came to pick us up in was pretty nice. It was kind of like a party bus, and they drove us from the airport to the hotel that we were staying in for the night. We finally got to check into the hotel. It was actually very cute. I liked the decoration. It was pretty fun. We were only here for one night because we had an early flight to Malaysia the next morning, but it was still very nice. I really love bathrooms, and I love the free stuff that you get in a hotel. The next morning, I got up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and then my mom and I decided we wanted to go get street food instead of eating breakfast at the hotel. And this was actually my very first Vietnamese banh mi experience ever. I haven't even eaten banh mi in the US or in another country. I was so impressed by how clean and nice this woman's cart was set up, and there were already people eating at her stand, so I knew it was good. And I got myself a crispy pork option, and I loved all the fresh vegetables that gave it that nice crunch, like the radish and the cucumber. It was just so perfect. And she didn't put too much pate or too much, of anything. It was the perfect balance. Then I just had to get something to drink, so I used my translator to ask this guy if he could make some orange juice, and he was like, of course I can. And my mom was like, oh, he has orange juice in the box, and I was like, no, he doesn't. And he started slicing the oranges right in front of us, and I loved that.
Drinking the orange juice. Y'all, we on the side of the road in front of our hotel too. There's a Starbucks right there when you can just get food right outside. Let's see what she cooking. You put a little bit of sugar in it, and don't put some ice in it, I'm assuming. Looks delish.
Here's me finally being able to take a bite of this delicious banh mi, and look at the inside. The ingredients are layered perfectly, the fresh ingredients. I literally was at a loss for words. It was just so good.
Good breakfast for $3.
It's kind of funny looking back at this footage because I was really enjoying the food, but it was 6:37 in the morning and we still hadn't even taken our flight to Malaysia, but we hopped on our plane and before you know it, we were in Malaysia. The first place we went to was the mall in Kuala Lumpur. We went there and got some lunch, and the mall was really, really nice, and this is outside the mall. Afterwards, my mom and I went to go drop off our bags and get settled into our hotel room, and then later that evening, we went over to my host sister's house in Malaysia. So this is us eating dinner together with her family. Basically, my family used to host exchange students, and she was our exchange student back in the day, and she lived with us. So this is really exciting to be a part of her wedding. But this is us trying on clothes, and then later that evening, I'm sleepy, but we're going to the night market.
We're going to the night market at 11 p.m. I'm so tired, but let's see what goodies they have.
The night market had lots of shops. We actually ended up picking up things for a hijab for the wedding.
Do you pin that on to keep it? Oh, around them. Okay.
But they also had clothes and shoes and tech vendors.
They're getting their haircut at like 11 p.m. They're going home. I'm so sleepy. I'm not cut out for this. But also I was awake at 6 in the morning, so.
The next morning, as a part of our hotel stay, there was breakfast included, and this breakfast spread was immaculate. They had 3 stations: the Chinese station, the Malay station, and the Indian station. So there were dumplings, and there were noodles, and there were soups, and there was also like standard breakfast food. So if you wanted cereal or porridge or pastries or coffee, they had that as well. Here was the things that I got. So I got a little bit of everything. I, of course, had to get myself some oatmeal or some porridge because I'm secretly an 80-year-old woman and you just can't go wrong with that. And then after breakfast, we immediately went over to my host sister's house because it was the henna party. So everyone who was in the wedding party, all the women at least, got their henna done. And this was really exciting for me because henna is always so beautiful. Here's the bride-to-be getting her henna done. It really looked gorgeous on her. And then I got my henna done. I did myself a time lapse. You can literally see me breathing the entire time. I didn't want to move too much, but I got 2 different designs on both of my hands and I really liked it. After I finished getting my henna design done, I basically sat for about half an hour, probably longer, and let it dry. And then I started the process of peeling it. I don't know what it is, but peeling my henna is like so satisfying. So I have like so much footage of me peeling the henna off, but I think the design came out really gorgeous and the color looked really nice on my skin as well. It was a really fun henna party. We spent the rest of the day snacking and getting our henna done, and a lot of family came by during this time, and it was just a really nice experience. But definitely be sure to check out part 2 of the Malaysian wedding, and thank you guys so much for watching.